Agriculture and Fisheries Minister leading off a debate for a bill to provide regulation to the fisheries in the Bahamas and a $1.9 million contract signed for an integrated case management system. Good evening, everyone. I'm Tyler Simonet with your JCN News for this Wednesday, December 16th. Thanks for staying with us. Speaking on the government's 2020 fiscal strategy report that was earlier tabled by Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis on Wednesday, Senator Kwesi Thompson echoed the government's confidence in the economy bouncing back in the face of challenges caused by Hurricane Dorian and the COVID-19 pandemic. Thompson said there is evidence that the beginning of the end of the pandemic is in reach. He said the onset of global vaccinations and the demand for international travel are promising signs. He outlined the 5 key components of the 2020 fiscal strategy. They include a dynamic COVID-19 response, taking care of the Bahamian citizen, a strategic recalibration of public finances, building economic resilience beyond the pandemic by growing the economy, optimizing debt management so that the government can pay its bills, and proactive management of ongoing fiscal risk. Senator Thompson said should the 5 components be implemented together, they will ensure the government has sufficient resources and flexibility to meet further challenges and explore opportunities. We'll have more from the senator in a later report. Agricultural and Fisheries Minister Michael Pintard leading off debate this morning in the lower chamber for a bill for an act to provide for the regulation of the fisheries resources of the Bahamas. This bill seeks to provide for the long-term conservation, management, and sustainability development of the fishery resources by the application of the precautionary and ecosystem approaches.
It would be tragic to emerge from this pandemic still narrowly focused on the twin engines of tourism and financial services, when opportunities abound by paying attention to a sector such as fisheries, though providing in the vicinity of 1% of GDP, has the potential to grow dramatically our contribution to national development, to dramatically increase beyond the 15,000+ persons who are employed in this sector full-time, and to dramatically increase our export of those particular marine products that's earning us in excess of $80 million per annum.
It also seeks to enhance the livelihood of communities dependent on fishing and meet the needs of future generations, the licensing of commercial fishers and fishing vessels to deter, prevent, and eliminate illegal, unreported, and unregulated fishing in Bahamian waters, and to repeal the Fishing Resources Jurisdiction Conservation Act of 1977 and connected purposes.
This bill, Mr. Speaker, in part seeks to ensure that in much the same way we are sustainably managing, harvesting, consuming, and exporting the spiny lobster, that we can do so for the other species that are presently not exported, or those like the conch we have determined to discontinue exporting in just over a year.
Mr. Pintard notes that spiny lobsters are one of the 3 iconic marine species the country has, the others being conch and the Nassau grouper. He says the lobster is a clear indication of successful species management, which has been accomplished as a result of collective collaboration between various stakeholders. That said, Mr. Pintard adds this.
So, Mr. Speaker, this bill makes provision for us in a responsible way to study the impact of illegal decisions as well as sensible decisions on our prospects for the future.
In fact, Mr. Pintard says by the end of 2020, his ministry anticipates that there will be 0 conch exports. He also points out that illegal, unreported, and unregulated fishing has contributed to more than $20 billion in loss globally. He adds that the Bahamas is still in the process of documenting the impact of poaching on its marine resources. The bill also addresses the issue of climate change and looks at the ocean health and protection of biodiversity. Well, in news from the magistrate courts, today 2 women were arraigned on 2 separate fraud-related matters. Both matters were heard before Magistrate Ambrose and Bristol. Now accounts manager of John Watling Distillery, 39-year-old Tabitha Wells, seen in the denim jacket, was arraigned on 12 counts of stealing by reason of employment, 2 counts of falsification of accounts, and 1 account of acquiring the proceeds of crime. The particulars are that between February to August 2020, Wells, while employed at the distillery, is alleged to have stolen close to some $200,000, either by cash from the company's account at Royal Bank of Canada or the company's Commonwealth Bank credit card. It is also alleged between February and March of this year, Wells falsified close to $85,000 into the company's QuickBooks system. The defendant pled not guilty to all charges. Magistrate Ambrista granted her bail in the form of $9,900, along with also being required to sign in at the Fox Hill Police Station every Wednesday and Saturday before 6 p.m. Her trial date is set for April 13, 2021. Meanwhile, 30-year-old Felicia Wilmot of 23 Ghana Circle Estates, Elizabeth Estates, is charged with 4 counts of fraud by false pretense. Now the facts are, between August and October of this year, it's alleged that Wilmot defrauded Discount Distribution Limited under false pretense. She pled not guilty for all charges. Magistrate Ambrista granted her bail in the amount of $5,000. Her trial is set for April 14th of next year. The Bahamas Judiciary, in conjunction with the Ministry of National Security, has announced the signing of a $1.9 million contract with the U.S.-based development firm, the Anchor Group, to implement an integrated case management system, or ICMS, for the Bahamas Judiciary. We learned this much from a virtual press conference showcasing the signing of the contract this morning. The ICMS is a step forward for the digitization of the court system. Here's Chief Justice Sir Brian Moree on the significance of this system.
The significance of the contract signing today is that the backbone of the ICT platform will be the integrated case management system, which will allow the courts to deliver a wide range of e-services, including e-filing, e-scheduling, e-payments, e-notices, e-probate, and other e-services. The ICMS will also accommodate the new bail management system and the new digital recording system, so we will ultimately have a fully integrated information and communication technology platform hosting the case management system and all the e-services and customized subject matter applications.
Chief Justice Moree contends that this system will strengthen the institutional capabilities of the judiciary and transform the delivery of court services in the Bahamas. Also present for the contract signing was Minister of National Security Marvin Dames, who gave his input.
The decision to invest in our judicial sector stems from its current challenges, which have plagued its efficiencies. Legal professionals and our citizens continue to lament on the archaic system and processes, the absence of modern information systems and technologies within the judiciary have hindered the delivery of timely justice, which has contributed to a growing number of backlog cases awaiting trial and a diminishing number of successful convictions. Additionally, the limited capacity of our justice system has contributed to increased incidences of crime and violence, as many offenders, while awaiting court proceedings, commit additional crimes.
Kevin Howell, CEO of the Anchor Group, says that he believes that the Bahamas can soar with access to technology such as the ICMS.
We are committed to the success of the region, and specifically in this moment, the vision of the Bahamas Judiciary in conjunction with the Bahamas Ministry of National Security to modernize and streamline its legal system to bring swift and thorough justice for all its people.
You're watching JCN News. When we return, 3 males arrested for armed robbery, the new COVID-19 numbers in the country, and the Minister of Health expecting a surge in cases just in time for the holidays. Stay with us.